more of an observer and has all the rest of the crew in there working hard. So as we're ready to come back to green, D'Amata, DeFerrin, Tracy, Andretti, Breck. Oh, it's going to be a neat run.
The strategy here is hook the guy behind you, get him off balance, stand on the gas and go. Get as big as an interval as you can so you don't get attacked from behind, so you can concentrate on attacking ahead.
Green flag, Chris. Green flag comes out for Cristiano D'Amata. You heard the radio as they make sure that he knows the green flag is out. DeFerrin, Tracy, Andretti follow through turn 1, now sweep through turn 2.
They're going to make a move. You'll see it at the end of this next short straightaway. That's where Tracy picked up a lot of positions on that opening lap, but I don't think he's close enough.
Top 2 right together. You're right, Scott. Bit of a separation. Back to Paul Tracy. And the group behind Tracy, Michael, and then Kenny Breck and Catherine Evans and Jimmy Vasser. It's still very, very tight up there.
This is where a driver really earns his keep. You've got to be as aggressive as you possibly can. You could see the tires getting clipped there as Dario came through, but you can't make a mistake, and this track doesn't afford any mistakes. You get a little offline, you're off the course. But look at D'Amata and DeFerrin now starting to pull away from Tracy.
We said right at the start, patient aggression is what's going to pay off here today. The track has been the biggest challenge, just trying to get through lap after lap on a very slick surface.
Chris, L4.
That's fuel position. They're telling him he's got plenty of fuel, he can richen it up. These guys are just going to use everything they have. They don't care about fuel consumption. They don't care about tires. All they care about is looking in their mirrors and making sure that whatever color the car is behind them, that it gets smaller and a little blurrier as this race goes on.
Interval 1.1 seconds, D'Amata to DeFerrin. You can see it visually. Doesn't seem to change much here. DeFerrin's in a bit of a struggle trying to catch up. Paul Tracy has not been able to attack DeFerrin either.
And if you're in Gilles DeFerrin's shoes right now, remember he is sick, but that's not a concern. It will be the moment the checkered flag falls. They'll have to drag him out of that car. But right now he's got to get close enough to D'Amata. Maybe not to pass, but at least to make him nervous enough or get him distracted enough to make a mistake, because this young man knows he's only got a few laps left, that he's a champion. He's won in all sorts of cars, won the championship in '98 in Indy Lights. He's great under pressure, but still, DeFerrin's got to work his way up close enough so that all D'Amata sees whenever he looks in the mirrors is the white and orange of Penske Racing.
Parker and I had a great and somewhat lengthy conversation with Cristiano about an hour before the start of the race. He seemed to be in a great mood.
L3, Chris. L3.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's a lap count.
That's laps. That's not fuel position. That is lap count.
And they have just on the official channel put out that there are 3 minutes remaining in the race.
My list is getting long for corrections here, Paul, but yeah, that's definitely lap count. And when it get down to that last lap, that's when you just start doing a lot of praying and saying, come on, just let me drive this lap as perfectly as possible. Right now, though, Cristiano's 1.28 seconds ahead.
Oh.
You can see he's using it, and that dirt that he's kicking up is actually a good thing. It's a little open wheel trick. As long as it doesn't disturb the car, you don't pick up any junk on the tires, you want to kind of give it the 007 blast. With a guy behind you, gets him distracted. He's got to drive through all that junk that you've just thrown up at him.
Yeah, good for D'Amata, not great for DeFerrin, Tracy, and Andretti.
Well, right now, Cristiano D'Amata is not being a humanitarian. He's only concerned about one thing, and that's getting to the checkered flag first.
Nor do we expect that. Adrian Fernandez off course. No factor in the fight.
That's down to turn 5, it looks like. That's the end of the straightaway on the front side.
Back with Cristiano D'Amata driving the car vacated by Michael Andretti. Michael is 3 positions back. Michael was looking for a change, a fresh team.
L2, Chris. L2.
We're expecting the white flag to come out next time by.
He's extended the interval by 0.3 of a second over Gilles DeFerrin.
And think it, Cristiano D'Amata weighs what, about 125, 126 pounds.
With his
Maybe
clothes
that by
on
itself is actually making a difference in his individual lap time. Coming up next on ABC, World News Tonight Sunday, as soon as we conclude the run here in Monterrey, Mexico.
And that waving yellow you saw was for Fernandez down at turn 5. It's a local yellow. Doesn't affect anything else on the racetrack. Certainly these guys didn't slow down at all.
Tremendous crowd for a first-time race. Right at 100,000 here in the stands. Jimmy Vasser is up. He's going to work very hard on Kenny Breck. Waiting for the white flag to come out. What was an 80-lap race, now a timed race. 76 laps will be complete this time by, or complete now, 77 will be complete this time by. Don't forget that ABC Sports is online at ESPN.com, keyword ABC Sports. White flag is out, 1 to go for Cristiano D'Amata. 2.1 miles separates D'Amata from his second victory in the Kart FedEx Championship Series.
And the interval back to DeFerrin is stabilized now. It's Toyota and then 3 Hondas and Kenny Breck in that Ford-powered car. This man, Paul Tracy, just back there in 3rd place, gets the Hard Charger Award. Remember, he started this race back in 15th position. Now in 3rd. Great run for Paul Tracy.
Everyone seems static in position, and the question is whether or not, say, Vasser and Breck, who seem to be the closest competitors on this, the final lap of the race, might swap positions in this last lap.
You just can't make any mistakes, and the only thing you can hope for is the guy in front of you does, and then you don't get involved in whatever his mistake was. But Cristiano D'Amata now knows, I've only got 3 more corners. He's got a gap of 1.3 seconds. He knows he's just got to drive them perfectly, maybe a little conservatively, and he's looking at his 2nd career Champ Car victory, his 1st on a road course.
Cristiano D'Amata works this course, and while we're running a little bit long here, what with the long cautions, checkered flag comes out. We're going to try to talk to Cristiano on his 2-way radio as he wins, and flash bulbs go off in the stand. You would have thought it was an explosion. Congratulations, Cristiano D'Amata. This is Paul Page at ABC. You've taken your 2nd victory, buddy.
Thank you. TV people, they can't get to you to do an interview, so talk.
We told the crew that they might mention it to him. They waited until we were already talking. Cristiano D'Amata, how tough was this run? The course looked very slick.
It was a pretty good race. I'm just happy, it started the year so well. Just don't have any words.
Well, Cristiano D'Amata has taken his 2nd race in the series. Last year at Chicago, now here. Next race for the Kart FedEx Series, April 8th at Long Beach, California, and we will have coverage on ABC. So Cristiano D'Amata wins it, followed by DeFerrin, Paul Tracy, Michael Andretti, and Kenny Breck. This has been a presentation of ABC Sports.